Good day, good people. Good day. Uh, all right, let's get at this, right? So, those of you guys that watched the technical video from yesterday, we called it and told you guys that we were getting ready to take off, and we sure did. So, if you didn't get a chance to watch that video, please go watch that video and don't forget to like and subscribe so that we could continue to bring you some of this great content and help you guys make some money as you guys watch over my shoulder and see what I'm doing and see how it could benefit you. Again, we're not here to give financial advice. I'm just taking you on a journey that I'm going through. And if you want to participate, then it's all up to you. But I want to make sure that I'm providing you as much information as I can, why I'm doing what I'm doing, just so you could understand. Because I feel in this space there's a lot of FUD, as they say, that I want to make sure we're taking every opportunity to kind of navigate through that and really let folks know the real power of this token. This is a phenomenal token. I am all in with this, and I think that you guys are going to enjoy this journey because I tell you, it is going to be a phenomenal one. So, and also, please check out the recap video for the week. We called every one of the moves and we were able to capitalize on it. And those of you guys that are following us, last I checked, we were close to being up about 70% as from last week. So we're going to continue to see if we could add to that this week. Again, it goes with taking some good positions and making sure that we are watching the charts and looking for areas of resistance and support that allows us to know how and when to get in and capitalize our position. So again, let's get into it. So what I'm looking at here is the 12 hour, and if you'll notice, I added what is a 9-day SMA to the chart. And so I wanted to add a 180 day, but unfortunately we do not have enough data to be able to get the 180 day. But so I did find a way around that. And so when you look here, this is what I was talking about yesterday, and said we need to close above this point right here. That is um, our goal to be able to really say that we are in a true uptrend. Right now, I think, well, shorter time frame, we are trending up. But for me, we need to close above this. We need to break through this resistance and really crush it, and then to pull back, test the support area, and then take off. That's what I want to look for. I want to look for a nice push up to close above this point right here. Once we close above it and then we pull back, man, I am loading the kitchen sink. All right, so this was our buy zone, but we're gonna reload once we break that. Right, so right now we're seeing some things that we want to keep an eye out for. But let's look a little deeper. But in a long-term time frame, I need to see a close above here, above this point. And so I'll keep that on the chart. So as we go to a different time frame, we'll have it as a reference point. So that's where I want to see us close over it. We close over that 25, 26. We close over it and we stay above it for at least 12 hours, right? And to close above it, man, I think that's when we start to kind of really see things change. So again, you're still relatively early. You're not as early as we were down here, but this is not a bad spot either. So I don't want you guys to worry. If you're in it for the long haul, then don't sweat it. There's plenty of opportunities for you guys to get in. But if you're trying to make a quick buck, we're going to get to some resistance areas here that may make you a little nervous before you break through. But again, let's go a little deeper to see what opportunities we have, right? So let's dive into the 4 hour. And so at the 4 hour, I talked about this yesterday as well. You know, I want to see us close above this resistance point. Once we close above that, and then I wish we would have had this pullback. We would have had this pullback after we closed up. That would have been beautiful to close up above it, pull back, test it, and then go through. But we're struggling to break above it. But we did have a little bit of a pullback. And again, I think I see some opportunities for folks that missed this ride up to see if they have a last chance to kind of get in before this thing takes off. But this is really nice. I love the way we broke this with conviction. We pulled back. I think a lot of it was we pulled back a little bit too much. I think a lot of that had to do with light volume and but this is a nice pullback. I really like this pullback. Nice pullback, bounce right back off it, and then here we go, right here. So now let's see what we could do today. We have a nice little pullback. I love it if we would have touched this SMA line, but if this breaks through and closes out, we're going to try to test out this resistance area right here. So I am looking for us to challenge this area. And if we are not able to break this area, we are going to come back, take a little bit of a breather, right? And then try to take it out again. But I really feel like we do have the momentum going. So let's see what happens if we overtake that. So once we take this position, this is that position that I was talking about. This is where I am going to keep an eye out for, because I really want us to break through this area right here with conviction, right? So once we break through that, and you look at the 4 hour, this is the oh wow, yeah, this is nice. We could potentially double from there. And so I am really excited about that. I am looking forward to when we touch that somewhere around here. So yep, so that's what I see here. We're still not in an uptrend in the 4 hour. We have some work to do there today. So let's see if we could get the buyers to come out and push this above and really change the trajectory here. Now, but in the 1 hour, what I like about the 1 hour that I saw was that it's setting up to show that if we could bounce off these areas right here, we are going to make a run for it. And so I really am excited about that. Look at that. Love that. Drive up, pull back, test it, and then take off. So again, if you did not get in, as I keep saying, and you're looking for an opportunity to scale a little bit in, I would say, one, before I say anything, always have a plan, right? What I'm talking about is what I would do or what I'm looking at to do. But last week I pulled in my one BNB for this week into last week because of the great buying opportunity. I will do next week's pull. I'll pull next week's BNB in only if the market conditions show me that it's favorable for me to do so. And so until then, I'm going to wait for a little bit more of a sign that we break through this. Yes, I know the longer I wait, I am going to pay a little bit of a premium. But again, my plan was one BNB a week, and I already pulled two last week. So this week, let's watch. But I do like what I see here, though. I am tempted to get this because this last week, if you remember, I see that yesterday, I said this was a resistance or some accumulations here that I was not really worried about us breaking through. And guess what? We broke through it relatively easily. So I wouldn't be surprised if we came back and tested before we took off again. But we are sitting at nicely at the nine period moving average here. So this is a good point too. If you missed out, scale in. I'd put 20% of how much I want to put in there, 20 to 25%. Keep 75% of your powder ready just in case it gets into a lower time frame. But at the same time, this is exactly what I look for. I look for a break above, a nice pullback, and somewhere between here to get in. Because why? Because if it does break through, right, the support, my next level here is not so bad. I am not taking that much heat as opposed to getting at the highs, right? I never want to get in at the highs, or at least the relatively local highs, right? So for me, I always want to wait for a pullback, see how much of a pullback. This is not a strong pullback, meaning that the sellers, the bears are not coming out. The bears are holding for now. And so that's a good sign, right? They're looking for a higher position for them to start to kind of drive this market, or at least to try to drive it down. So there's a nice little bit of profit potential right there for some folks. So with that said, a nice opportunity to scale in a good 20%. And watch to see if it gets to this resistance line now for the other 75%, or even do 20 and 50 and keep 20% for just in case. But that's what I would do if you did not get in. Again, I'm not giving you financial advice. I'm just telling you what I would do, because what I've been doing is accumulating down here and here, took the ride up, wait for it to pull back, and accumulated here. And so now we have a small pullback, as we get ready to try to take out this most recent high here. And then after that, look at that. We have a nice path up here to double. Actually, no, that's not the double. That's just to get to like, yeah, it's pretty nice, right? So we could get up here. We'll probably have a little bit of a struggle here, a little pullback, and then try to, because I think from here to here we'll have a couple of folks want to take some profit. And so I foresee that if we get up here quickly, folks will start to kind of take some profit, and then drive it back to this support position, and then we're going to take another run at it. But we need to close above this line for me to really feel convinced that we've changed the momentum here. And so we have short-term change in the momentum, but I want to see some long-term change in that momentum, because that will allow us to kind of really take off. So again, we take off with that, and yeah, last I saw that there was a lot of runway to get up top to the highs that we used to be at, right? So look at that. Look at that. So besides that, after this area right here, and we change that, we take some major jumps. Look at that. Look at that. Nice. 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 So this is all the potential that we have on the way up. Again, like I was saying, relatively speaking, we are still at the lows. So depends on what your plan is, depending on what your strategy is. My strategy is to accumulate tokens. So I don't feel bad accumulating tokens anytime I'm below this line. Do I want to fully maximize it when it goes lower? Of course I do. But I have no hard feelings about accumulating below this SMA line, because that means that we haven't changed the trend yet. And once the trend is changed, that's when this thing takes off, and you want to be very careful not to chase it. But right now, again, all we're doing is maximizing our purchasing, our buying power to get as much tokens as we can, because this is, relatively speaking, a very good point. We are buying at the lows, right? We are buying at the lows. So invest with confidence. So at the end of the day, you got to know where you are, and that'll help you figure out how to position yourself. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Please go watch our recap video from yesterday, really breaking this down and showing you guys how we did for the week. But we're up for another big week. I'm looking forward to it. I'm really excited about it. I think that we could really see some huge opportunities this week. So let's keep an eye out for it. So don't forget to like and subscribe, and take a trip to videos and see if there's anything in there that you would like to see more of. Please provide that feedback in the comments, and then we'll be able to put that together for you guys. Thank you. Enjoy your day.